And the prefix, I think these are all just Nether Norse. Okay, so Ethos. We can either be Bellicose, which is available mercenary companies plus 50%, Prowess plus 2, Men-at-Arms minus 10%, recruitment cost and maintenance minus 10%, and we gain plus 10 levy size. Which will also come with a list of traditions, which we'll take a look at. Oh yeah, we'll change the colour. Or we can be Bureaucratic. Monthly lifestyle experience plus 5%, Cultural Fascination Progress, that's technology, plus 15%, and then Dev Growth plus 15% for all Norse counties. I mean, that also sounds really good. And then traditions. Which ones are granted by being bellicose? I mean, we'll go through all of these in just a minute. I'm trying to see what the differences are. Alright. Malleable, Polder, Agrarian, Parochial. Malleable, Polder, Agrarian, Parochial. Maritime, Ting, Coastal, Performative. Maritime, Ting, Coastal, Performative. They're the same. Northern Shrines. Northern Stories. Sorry, Northern Stories, I misread it. Okay, so those are no different. So it really is bellicose versus bureaucratic. Traditions are separate from ethos. Yeah, but I thought there were some traditions which were locked to an ethos. The tradition pulls from the two original cultures. Okay. Anyway, so. Malleable invaders. Creating a hybrid culture requires 50% less cultural acceptance. Hybrid culture creation cost minus 75%. Prestige. Convert local culture decision cost minus 75%. Different faith popular opinion minus 20. Faith conversion minus 20. I don't think we want that. That's what we were as the Norse. We've done it. This is us now. Polders. This tradition allows a culture to unlock the adaptive militia innovation in the late medieval era. Pastoral lands, farms and fields, wetland farms, manor houses and orchards have additional bonuses of coastal baronies and counties of this culture. We have a lot of coast. Bonus to the construction speed of coastal holdings. And then all Dutch characters, skirmisher damage plus 5%, skirmisher screen plus 10%. Our skirmishers are Vigman. They are unique. And they're not that bad. If I just go over to this screen. I have not yet recruited any, but our Vigman are these guys. Bonus in farmlands. Bonus in plains. And in Tiger. We have a lot of farmlands, we have a lot of plains. And they counter heavy infantry. Oh no, these are... hang on. These are archers. Okay, we don't have skirmishers. Never mind. Yeah, I misread it. So light footmen are the skirmishers. Forest, tiger, and jungle. Not as useful. Bit weird that Polders as a skirmisher bonus. What does the adaptive militia innovation do? The what era? Late medieval. Guessing it's these. No, that's just active to the Dutch. I wonder if I click on Dutch innovations, they should have it already. There it is. Adaptive militia can recruit Goedendag militia as men-at-arms. Oh, these skirmishers. These are skirmishers. So in the late medieval, we get our own unique skirmishers who have no terrain effects at all. Counters heavy infantry and heavy cavalry. So we can use these instead of spearmen. And they have a 15-19 attack defense with a 21 screen. They are very good at screening. Compare that to normal Lightfoot 12-17. So Goedendags are quite a lot heavier hitting. 3 attack, 2 defense, same screen. And those guys only counter heavy infantry, whereas the Goedendags counter heavy cavalry. The Goedendag is one of my favourite medieval weapons. They are kind of cool. They're basically just giant iron-reinforced clubs. However, we only get them in the late game, but that is still kind of cool. Agrarian. Content trait is more common. I don't think we have any penalties on content. Children tend to do slightly worse in martial education. We don't like that. Diligent, patience, and athletic traits have additional bonuses. Higher level of diligent? Dutch characters -2 prowess. Men-at-arms recruitment cost plus 25%. That's a painful one. Development growth in farmlands plus 30%. Building construction cost in farmlands -20%. Levy size in farmlands plus 10. Development cost in floodplains plus 30. Building construction cost in floodplains -20. And then levy size in floodplains plus 10. Now, to consider, we only have 2 farmland provinces. We have Amsterdam is farmland. It says that somewhere. Tooltip. And Brugge is farmland. That's it. Everything else is plains. Unless we come down here. And that would honestly, if we were agrarian, we have a massive reason to take these, because then we get another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 baronies, which are farmland. But that prowess and man-at-arms recruitment cost, that's really expensive. But then again, I guess the development growth counters that. Maybe. Parochialism. City holdings grant more taxes, development, and levies. City holdings significantly lower control gain. City buildings construction cost -10. City holding construction cost -10. However, Republican vassals opinion -20. So cities are going to get more powerful and more unruly. You know, I should also read the descriptions. We will take your land, your children, your traditions, and your future. This culture has a long tradition of reclaiming land from the surrounding sea. This allows them to utilize what would normally be a shallow seabed for farming and construction. This culture is distinctly agrarian, the land producing ample crops for hungry armies. While not having to struggle for food means many peasants for the levy, it also means that each soldier is not as motivated from those of the harsher regions. Building construction cost farmlands is nice, and we do bigger levies. Although levies kind of suck, we want more men-at-arms. We're rich, we can afford them. City residents of this culture are fiercely competitive and independent. They invest a lot of money and energy to make sure that their city is the grandest. Maritime mercantilism. The trade port line of buildings can be constructed 1 era early, which we've been making heavy use of already. Coastal holdings in counties of this culture provide an extra 10% tax. And if we had agrarian and maritime mercantilism, that would mean that Amsterdam and Brugge would gain even more, because it would be coastal agrarian. Republican vassal opinion +10. So maritime mercantilism actually somewhat counters parochialism. Tingmeat. You can enact the Scandinavian election successive law. Traits such as brave, gregarious, generous, and blade master give popular opinion. Oh, I never read the maritime mercantilism, sorry. The world may be ruled by armies, but this culture knows that it is truly controlled by whoever dominates the flow of gold across the seas. Tingmeat. That Scandinavian elective, brave, gregarious, generous, a blade master. In Scandinavia, the distances and wilderness render centralized authority ineffective. When disputes must be resolved, the decisions made, the Ting meet is gathered, an assembly of peers presided over by a law speaker. So that allows us to get the Scandinavian elective succession law, which is good until we can get, what's it called? Primogeniture. Allows us to centralize authority more effectively, but only for maybe 100 years. Coastal warriors can recruit Bondi, Vigman, Varangians, Huskarls. Traits such as strong and hale are seen as prestigious, and the strong trait is more common. We have always been drawn to the shoreline. The sting of the sea air, the crying gulls, the scent of smoked fish. What warrior could ever opt to live far from the water and its freedoms? And then we have performative honor. Characters of this culture may become shield maidens if their faith's gendered doctrines are biased against them. Crimes by characters you cannot imprison and who aren't your liege may be settled via single combat. Craven trait drains monthly prestige. Traits such as weak and delicate are looked down upon, and this will allow us an additional knight. Honour is born, yes, but honour is also earned and lost through deeds. By pursuing and avenging slights or failing to, soldiers fade to scum, while whelps grow into warriors. And then Northern Stories. Rulers may raise runestones to commemorate certain major life events, earning prestige. The poet trait has additional bonuses. Poets are more common. Guardians of this culture are more effective. Scheme secrecy minus 15%. Life is lived, told, and remembered through the lens of tales. What we say and what people say about us matters as much as what we do. We must remember that, and it shows in our stories. So the one thing which I'm 100% taking is Coastal Warriors. Absolutely zero doubt about that is kind of key to pretty much everything we do. I am not interested in malleable invaders. So that leaves Polders, Agrarian, Parochialism, Maritime Mercantilism, Thing Meat, Performative Honour, and Northern Stories. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need to narrow that down to 5 so I can put it into a poll. I'm less interested in the Ting Meat. I want to wait until Primogeniture. That's 6. And then I think I'm going to take Maritime Mercantilism as a definite. So that's leaving 5, which means we're going to do a poll of the remaining 5 options. Top 3 will get picked. So I'm making these an executive decision. Coastal Warriors, Maritime Mercantilism, we're definitely taking. Then we're doing a poll of the final 5. The top 3 get picked. So they are Polders, which is, as a reminder, allows us to get Goedendag in the late medieval, which is the last era, but it's a pretty long era. Pastoral lands, farms and fields, wetland farms, manor houses and orchards are additionally strong in coastal baronies and counties. And we have a faster construction speed of coastal holdings, and skirmishers do more damage and screening, which is important because Goedendag are skirmishers. Then we have Agrarian. Agrarian content is more common. Children do slightly worse in martial education, which considering our background may not be a good thing. Diligent, patient, and athletic traits have additional bonuses. None of those are virtues or sins for us. However, men-at-arms become 25% more expensive, and considering our coastal warriors, our men-at-arms are very good. Prowess minus 2. But development growth in farmlands is increased by 30%, bearing in mind that farmlands already get development pretty quickly. Just going to put that out there. Building construction cost in farmlands is 20% cheaper, but we gain more levy size. We have no floodplains. That's only a thing in Egypt and Africa, I believe. Parochialism. City holdings give more taxes, development and levies. City holdings significantly lower control gain. So cities are a lot stronger for us, and cities are already very, very good. They do become slightly more rowdy because of that Republican vassal opinion, but that is somewhat countered by the vassal opinion from the maritime mercantilism. And city buildings and holdings are 10% cheaper. And they lower control gain. Yeah, they are very rowdy. Powerful, but rowdy. Ting meat. We decided not to. Performative honor. Characters of this culture may become shield maidens. Their faith's gender doctrines are biased against them. Bear in mind, our faith is already equal. So that might not be a thing. I'm not sure. Maybe we can make them anyway, as part of the faith. Need to check that. Formative honor may not be as useful. Crimes by characters that you cannot imprison and who aren't your liege may be settled via single combat, which we have used a fair bit, but will be less useful in the future because not everybody's going to be as badass a boss at fighting as Mordred has been. Craven trait drains prestige. Craven, I think, is already a sin anyway. And traits such as weak and delicate are looked down upon. But they allow us to get extra knights, and knights have been really powerful for us. But as the game goes on, they probably start to fall off. Early game, they are really, really good. And then Northern Stories. Rulers may raise runestones to commemorate certain major life events, earning prestige. Poets are terrible, but apparently more powerful. However, Guardians of this culture are more effective, and scheme secrecy goes down. I don't generally do intrigue, so that doesn't bother me at all. Formative honor, and then Northern Stories. So those are your 5 options. Polders, Agrarian, Parochialism, Performative honor, and Northern Stories. These are going to be the 5 options. Remember, I picked the top 3. The top 3 we use. Get your votes in. Vote, vote, vote. What do you think we should do? And then after this, we'll probably have a vote on Agrarian... Sorry, not Agrarian. Bureaucratic versus Bellicose, because we haven't chosen that either. So, get your votes in. Top 3. Top 3. I just realised I never did a shout out for the people who spent the most in the previous poll. Unfortunately, that's now lost. This overrides. Sorry. Strange Alan wants me to drink some tea. Yeah, we already have 2 of them, Syndron. Coastal Warriors and Maritime Mercantilism are baked in. We're definitely choosing those. And then this is the other 3. This is how I'm narrowing down from, like, 8 options down to 5. Lancelot Zero spent points and bits on the last one. Gotcha. Well, thank you. Sorry, I didn't acknowledge it at the time. I was too busy trying to get the bloody faith reformed. So glad we got that done. And also the hybrid culture. Like, Mordred's done everything. Like, this game's done. Mission accomplished. Possible to make a new flag. Don't know if it is. You should make a flag using the Scandinavian cross, but with orange. No. Yeah, the flags are only for kingdoms. So if we ever take over, like, Scandinavia, we're going to convert Scandinavia to Norse Dutch. No, the Norse, sorry. And then we may do that for their kingdoms. Okay, so the votes are in. Agrarian got absolutely decimated. 6% of the vote. But otherwise, this came in really, really close. Like, amazingly close. Polders came in first. So Polders getting chosen. Yeah, by 1 vote. 1 vote. 3 of the different choices were separated by 1 vote. That's crazy. That's one of the closest votes I think I've ever seen on this channel. But Polders did win. Definitely 27%. They are in. Then, Parochialism, Northern Stories, and Performative Honor. 23%, 23%, 22%. Parochialism and Northern Stories got equal. It was a tie. So we're going to go Parochial and Northern Stories. And that's us chosen. So Performative Honor is gone. Our reliance on knights is no longer as high. The Ting meat is gone. We can no longer do Scandinavian elective, so I don't know if that's going to force us to change government. It might. Agrarian is gone. We no longer get the development growth bonus on farmland. And malleable invaders is gone. And now for the big choice. Bellicose versus bureaucratic. Bellicose, available mercenaries plus 50%. We are going to be wealthy because of the polders. And prowess goes up by 2. Although knight's not as important now that we don't have performative honour. Men-at-arms recruitment cost goes down by 10%. And men-at-arms maintenance goes down. We are not agrarian, so men-at-arms recruitment cost does not go up. So it doesn't matter as much. And then levy size goes up as well. Or we can be bureaucratic. Monthly lifestyle experience goes up by 5%. Cultural fascination goes up, which means more technology, and we get the development growth. Basically to offset what we lost from the terrain. From agrarian. So, this is another big vote, which I'm going to set right now. Oh, before we do that, let's read out exactly what happened here. So, Sindrian contributed 100 bits. Thank you very much for that, Sindrian. And Adepta contributed 10,000 channel points. No investments were made in agrarian. 16,000 channel points on performative honour. 14,000 and 100 bits on Northern Stories. And then 14,000 channel points on parochialism with 1 less vote. This was really close. So the bits are what kept Northern Stories in, and the wait a second, what? That doesn't make sense. 14 voters, 100 bits, which is 2 votes, and 14,000 channel points, which is 14 votes. That doesn't add up. $24 votes total. 14, 15, 16, 20, 30. That should be 30 votes. And the reason I'm so confused is because Northern Stories and parochialism got the same number of total votes. But Northern Stories had the extra... Oh, wait, the bits counts as a voter. So the channel points are counted separately. That's the difference. Huh, okay. Anyway, we are setting up the next poll. So this is Bellicose versus Bureaucratic, which I can never flip in spell, so let's just move there. B-U-R-E-A-U, Cratic. And here we go. Get your votes in. Bellicose versus Bureaucratic. Have you come across the Kaiser file event yet? Can't say I have, no. More gender equal now, by the way. Change the martial custom. Not sure what you mean, Sindrin. You mean realm laws? One thing at a time. Let's get this sorted first. Going bureaucratic makes us discounted Norse. Going bureaucratic makes us wealthy. That's the Dutch part. Oh, this. Yeah. Oh, I can't change it. It's because both of our hybrid cultures were men only. Had we hybridized with, like, Basque, then I think we would be able to. Otherwise it would be an option like this, where you have different selections. It would show all the options. Oh man, this is the bureaucrats are apparently waving their wallets around at the moment. And here we go. So, Miracle Gus contributed 3,050 bits. Good grief, Miracle Gus. Thank you for that. And also 29,000 channel points. I'm guessing you really wanted us to go bureaucratic. Slight overkill. But we are definitely bureaucratic. And then we have Bellicose with less. So Bellicose came in with 29% and bureaucratic was 71%. So we're 100% going bureaucratic right now. So extra lifestyle, cultural fascination and development. Heritage. 20 cultural acceptance baseline culture sharing that heritage. Or Central Germanic. That's not aesthetics. I think our heritage is honestly going to go... North Germanic. That's where we came from. Then language. I think language, I might actually make Dutch. Heritage, I'm definitely keeping that. Language, god damn it, it's another poll. I'm going to make this one a 1 minute poll though. It's not going to be as critical. So what language shall we be? Norse or Dutch? One minute vote. Get your votes in. Vote, vote, vote. Yeah. Mordred's learned Dutch, he's learned Norse, and he's learned French. Sorry, Volga. He speaks 3 languages. He's actually pretty smart. Where are they shown languages? Where does it show our languages? There you go. Norse, Dutch, and Volga. He knows 2 of the 3 maximum. I think we would be the only Dutch speaker. Speaking with Norse would allow us to speak with more people. At the moment, yes, but then once Danish, Swedish, and Norwegian appear, possibly less. But like I said, this one kind of goes either way. I really don't mind. Okay, and the vote is in! No way! Last second tie, 69 each, 50%. Oh man, that was absolutely last minute. Gatemaster, thank you very much for the 25,000 channel points. Well, I guess this means that we're going to be speaking Volga. It's the third option. Oh man, I kind of wish the Volga was an option now. I mean, just to be clear, Volga in this means French. It's what the French at this point speak, which I think is hilarious. It's called Volga. I don't know that we necessarily want to speak Volga. Perfect birthday gift for the 69 king. He is 69. Right, well, I guess this has to be a tiebreaker. I think I'm going to give this one to whoever the regular voters went for.